Okay, so I thought I would sit down and watch every single England wicket from this World Cup. Partly because England kept saying they didn't want to defend the World Cup, they wanted to attack the World Cup. And a lot of people have said how reckless their wickets have been. I'm not sure I've seen that. So I'm going to go through every single wicket, which feels like a punishment to myself. And I'm going to try to work out what each wicket is. Is it attack? Is it strike, rotate? Is it defend? Is it a run out? Or is it just trash? We don't need to worry about it. Why am I doing this? Well, never say that I'm not willing to do the dirty work. This video is brought to you by Wicket Cricket Manager. This show is made by HCLTech, a company that believes in partnerships so much you can read their name on the Australian shirt. This show leans in hard on data and technology, so we are proud to work with HCLTech, leaders in their field. So the first game was obviously against New Zealand, and you might remember this for the match where New Zealand only took 3 bowlers in and still absolutely slaughtered England. So here is Dawid Malan. This is kind of a nothing shot. It's not really an attacking shot. He's just holding his bat out here, right? Let's just have a look at it again. Moves across the crease a little bit. Dangles his bat out. He's not really trying to do much with this. Maybe he's trying to hit a 4, but it's a fairly standard shot. Just a badly executed one. I suppose being in the power play and he's trying to hit it through the offside, this is an attacking shot, right? This is another attacking shot, but it's not like an uber attacking shot. He's just trying to loft this over the offside, is Besto, and he just happens to hit it straight to the fielder. If anything, maybe he should have tried to hit this a little bit harder or a little bit squarer, but okay, that's 2 attacking shots. That's fine. Ravindra was bowling absolute garbage, and Harry Brook tried to smash this out of the ground, mishits it, and gets caught. He had already hit 4s and 6s off this kind of bowling, and to be fair, he probably should have hit this for 4 and 6 as well. But another attacking shot. Short ball should have been hit again. Another attacking shot, but again, it's not as if any of these shots have been to balls they should have been playing. All the 4 that we've seen so far have been fairly normal. You might argue they're not executing them very well. And I'm not exactly sure what Moeen Ali was trying to do here. I mean, this ball was short. Maybe it skids on a little bit more than he thought it would. Perhaps he got the length wrong a little bit. But in the end, it's a horrible attacking shot. It might be one of the worst ones we will see all the way through. Or at least I hope so, because I can't watch it if it's like 50 things like that. And here we have Joss Buttler. And Matt Henry is bowling to him. Tries to guide this. This is strike rotation shot. It's terribly executed. If anything we've seen so far, it's the execution's been quite poor, but the ball was out there. So, length ball outside of stump. It was a length ball outside of stump. He could have hit it if he wanted to. This is a knuckleball that is flicked down to long on. It's just a little bit like the Bairstow one, right? Like, if he'd fully actually tried to hit this as hard as possible, Livingston, we'd probably still be trying to find it. But instead, it's just a bit of a chip shot as much as anything. He's got a little bit of that flamingo foot out the back there as well. But again, another attacking shot. And then we've got Joe Root facing Glenn Phillips. He's going to try and reverse sweep this. And he's just going to get the length wrong. It's too full in the end. And it yorks him, goes through his legs and bowls him. There's a part of this that's just unlucky, of course, as much as anything. But another attacking shot. So the first game, they attacked. I would say that 2 of the wickets came from kind of trying to play within themselves a little bit. But so isn't that nice of Joe Root to fix that stump as well? Half volley outside of stump. I think we could say at this point, this is a bit of a trash wicket. Chris Woakes is trying to get runs as quickly as possible. They've already lost a lot of wickets. We could put this one in the trash. But again, it's a loose ball that he should have hit. The execution, we might argue with. But the actual shot idea was fine. It was well it was well flighted by Santner, and he probably should have tried to hit it on the offside. He tries to hit it on the left. Here's Matt Henry to Sam Curran. He goes short with this one, and Curran tries to just lay this away for another 4. He probably was trying to hit this a little bit too fine, if anything. We're going to put this in the trash wickets, because once you've already lost 7 wickets, like, they're just trying to get runs by any means necessary in the death. We're okay with that. Let's go into Bangladesh now, and remember that this is the game that England won, partly because Bangladesh didn't make many runs. Shakib comes in here, strike rotation shot from Bairstow, slides on and goes straight through. Again, I think we're seeing a bit of a lot of people have been talking about attacking shots, but the real thing I've noticed so far is just how badly executed these shots are. This is not a good shot at all. And he probably deserves to lose his leg stump. Whether he deserves to be cartwheeled, that's, you know. All right. Mahidi floats this one up outside off stump. Remember, Milan's on 140 here for 106 balls. They've pretty much already won this game. It's a good ball outside off stump, but it's in the slot and could have been hit in a way. Again, a poorly executed shot, but not terrible from Milan here. We're absolutely fine with this. It was an attacking shot that he didn't do well. Jarrod comes in with a slower ball here. It's a length ball outside off stump. This time Butler manages, instead of edging it behind, like we will see a few times, he drags this one back onto the stumps. It's an attacking shot, right? But it's attacking shot, but in the end, he just tries to strike rotate this, if we're being honest. But again, poorly executed. Either didn't pick the slow ball or whatever, but it's not the sort of shot you're used to from Butler. Root gets one on his pads. He tries to flick it away, probably just looking for 1 or 2 runs. We'll have to have another look at that to see if this was attacking or strike rotating. You can see Jarrod again. He's going to bowl what? On the legs. He's trying to clip this away. Probably trying to strike rotate this, but perhaps there was a gap on the leg side. Let's say that this was an attacking shot. He gets a leading edge, goes straight up in the air. Another shot that wasn't particularly well executed, right? This is a beautiful ball. I actually think Livingston is trying to defend this. Jarrod just pitches one on leg. It cuts away a little bit off the wicket, and this is magnificent. Let's just have a look at this again. Yeah, pretty much trying to defend that. That's a beautiful delivery. And that off stump is absolutely flying. Almost in the desk now. And Brook is trying to smash this. This is a wide half volley, right? But again, he's definitely playing an attacking shot here. Let's have a look. The execution is... Yeah, the execution's horrible. You see the bat slide in his hand. He's trying to hit it out to the leg. Realistically, probably should have just tried to hit this straight. So I think we're in the trash wickets by this point. So Curran gets a full one outside off stump. It's floated up. I like that bowling at the death, by the way. Against the left-hander. Curran gets a good piece of it. Just doesn't get it away from long off. Perhaps he could have hit it a little bit straighter. But we'll put this one in the trash because they're 334 for 6. And this is what Curran should be trying to do at this point. Good catch by my man Shanto, by the way. Rashid gets one. He's on a length. He gets down. He kind of gets confused what shot he's going to play here, but this is another trash wicket. We don't have to worry about this too much. It's a tail ender. Gets a good piece of it, but unfortunately for him, he hits it right out towards there where there's actually 2 fielders, as you'll see in a moment. We get the first one, gets his hands on it, and he throws it to the second one just to make sure. I'm not sure he actually was going to go over the line. I think that might be for the cameras, and if it was, outstanding work by Bangladesh. And then we've got another trash wicket here. Wokes gets a wide one. He backs away, goes up in the air, fine. Last over, we're not worried about that. That one goes in the trash. All right, so now we're on to Afghanistan. And let's have a look at what happened in this game that did not go well for England. This is another probably defending or strike rotation. Should we have a look to see what he was actually doing here? But we know that left armers cause all sorts of problems for Bairstow. Good angle on this one. Just curves back in after pitching. I think this pitch is right on leg stump. Straightens up, you see that. Probably trying to flick that for one on the leg side. So strike rotation. Good ball, beats him. We've seen Bairstow go out to this a lot, sadly. This ball's a wrong-un from Mujib. I'm not sure if Root picked it, but even if he did, it does keep a little bit low, especially for a wrong-un that usually skid up. He's trying to probably defend this in the end and is just absolutely castled by a really good ball. Milan faces a half volley outside off stump and pushes it straight to cover. It was strike rotation done very, very badly. This is actually one of the better balls in the tournament. Naveen comes really, really wide. Look at the angle on this. And it also then ducks back in. Bairstow's playing a little bit loose. Just a strike rotation shot. But it's an incredible delivery. The angle to begin with. And then the fact it moved off the seam. Great bowling there. So this is Livingston facing Rashid Khan, who I generally think he has a good record against. You see him just move across the crease here. He just wants to strike rotate this to the leg side. And gets hit plumb in front. He does review this. But it does not go well for him. Another strike rotation. Muhammad Nami gets Sam Curran in early, tries to defend this and edges it to slip. Muhammad Nami has suckered better left-handers than Sam Curran with a floaty little spinner outside off stump before. Defensive shot though. Chris Wokes gets a wrong in here from Mujib, just tried to rotate the strike again, doesn't understand that it's a wrong and has found out about now that that is what has happened to him. Majib, again, outside off stump, gets one to move away. Harry Brook tries to force it. Perhaps he was looking for a couple, but it's more of strike rotation. No big attack there either, and he is gone. And this is now Adil Rashid. We can put this one in the trash again, but good bowling by Rashid Khan. Here's a Rashid on Rashid crime. They've still got a lot of overs left, so we're not quite in the trash point of the innings yet, even if Rashid is out there batting. He defends this and is caught at slip. And then we have a little bit of slogging from the tail enders here. This one goes straight in the trash. We don't need to put this anywhere else. They were already 9 wickets down by this point, and he tries to smack a big one to wood, and the only wood he gets is the wood behind him. There's a lot of wood there, isn't there? Now we go on to the South Africa game. And here we have Ngidi bowling to Bairstow. He flicks this on the leg side. It's an attacking shot. He's trying to hit it exactly where he hits it. He's just trying to hit it 30 rows back, but gets a little bit under it. We've seen him play that shot a lot. In fact, did he not play it the second ball of the World Cup? This time he just found the fielder. But definitely attacking. We got Marco Janssen to Joe Root here. This is a plan. This is strike rotation. They had that fielder in there and they caught him out. It's a little bit of luck from South Africa. Even if they did plan it, how often that would actually go to that fielder is quite rare. But definitely just a strike rotation. There was actually a fine leg in. So he wasn't even trying to beat this guy and get a boundary. He was just trying to flick it away and get one. Janssen to Milan here. Just a strike rotation down the leg side. Even South Africa weren't sure originally if this was out. Turns out there was a little bit on it and he was given. You can see here an ultra edge, just a little edge, but certainly just trying to work this around the corner for one. Strike rotation gone wrong. Rabada to Stokes, who tries to push this down for one, and unfortunately pushes it straight back to the bowler. Again, classic strike rotation gone wrong. So you see early we had the over-attacking. More and more we look at this, they're just not doing the absolute basics right. A little bit too bottom hand, gets his hands out in front of him and just spoons it back. Decent catch, all things considered. Stokes throws his bat up in the air, and he drops it. Stokes throws his bat up in the air and he drops it. That's a metaphor for this World Cup. So here's Jarrod Coetzee, and he is bowling to Joe Root just outside off stump, back of a length, good delivery. We've seen Joe Root go out to this shot a lot in Test cricket. This time steers it into Quinton de Kock's hands. Again, strike rotation, just trying to get one run, and instead he finds the gloves of the wicketkeeper. This is one of Coetzee's worst celebrations this tournament. I like the ones where he sort of screams at the ground. Here he is again, bowling to Brook, tries to defend this, gets hit on the pad, is given out. Let's have a look at the celebration. It's a little bit better, down on his knees, I like it. Just a cross-seam delivery, maybe skids a little bit. Brook's playing the wrong length though, I think, as much as anything. His hands end up absolutely everywhere there, and he is gone. Coetzee to Adil Rashid here, short outside off stump, should be trying to smash this, and gets an edge behind. Probably trying to attack this, but if you've got Adil Rashid batting in the 15th over, who I believe was sick in this game as well, you're probably going to get this kind of result. But it was a ball there. It was an attacking shot, but he deserved to be an attacking shot. Probably unlucky that the edge went straight to slip as well. Could have gone absolutely anywhere. Here's Ngidi bowling to David Willey. They're 100 for 7 here. It's a back of a length ball he tries to force away. It's certainly an attacking shot. I'll put it in the attacking pile, but there is a part of me that I think actually wants to put this. I'll put this in the attacking pile, but there is a part of me that just wants to put this in the trash as well, because they were already going nowhere. You can see it comes off the splice of the bat as well. Badly executed attacking shot, but certainly not David Willey's fault. 170 for 8 here. Atkinson had been smashing around everyone for a while, and he just gets one slide on. This is probably a strike rotation, but let's put this in the trash because the game was well and truly over by this point, and he was not a recognised batsman, and he's not a recognised batter. And to be fair, you could see he was 35 off 20 at this point, so he'd been doing okay in sort of a low-pressure situation, and we're not going to hold anything against him for just getting a lovely ball, curving back in, skidding off the seam, and he wasn't in the right position to play it because he shouldn't be out there batting. And so next we go to Sri Lanka. Oh, these are the ones we know best because these are the most recent ones. But here's Angelo Matthews jogging in, bowling 75 miles an hour. It's a good ball, though. Pitches on leg, cuts away a little bit. At best, he's trying to strike rotate this Dawid Malan, isn't he? And instead, kind of gets it off the face to the wicketkeeper. Probably trying to get it past Kusal Mendes down to third for 4. Probably trying to get it past Kusal Mendes down to third for a single. And here we have our first run out. Tikshana gets a ball outside off stump. Root hits it into the ground. You see how well it bounces up here? He wants a single. Bairstow's not sure. There's a bit of miscommunication, and Angelo Matthews comes straight in. You're not going to get many easier chances to run out someone than this, and Root cannot get back. So here we have Bairstow, and he does. This is an attacking shot. I don't think we can. It's a terrible shot, but he was certainly trying to hit a boundary with this particular one. It's kind of coming down the wicket. He wants to attack. You can see his front foot moving, and then he gets a length ball. Maybe gets a little bit big on him, and he just kind of forces it nowhere. It's not a pull shot. It's not a slog. It's not a drive. It's kind of crap. Here you've got Butler facing up with the field out. So there's a sweeper out on the boundary. Maybe he's trying to hit a 4 to deep cover, but it looks more like a strike rotation as much as anything. Ball maybe holds up a little bit. He gets an edge behind. It's a good ball, but again, a couple of times now we've seen that area seems to get him out, and another caught behind for Butler. So Kumara to Livingston here, steps across his stumps, tries to force this away on the leg side. There's a couple of things going on here. This is probably an attacking shot, but it's somewhere between an attacking shot and strike rotation, if we're being honest. But the more you look at this ball, the more you realize that it's just a beautiful delivery. It's pitching well outside off stump and then darts back massively, hits the top of leg stump. Well, would have hit the top of leg stump, you know, according to the missile technology that we use in cricket. And Livingston is given out. So I think we'll go with attacking for this one. Angelo Matthews to Moeen Ali. It's short outside of stump. He tries to rotate the strike and hits it straight to backward point. This is a bad ball. This is so slow and short and wide, and he could kind of do anything he wanted with it. And instead, he kind of gets in the middle of all these different shots. It's terrible execution. There's been so much bad execution all the way through these clips. Wokes gets a half volley outside of stumps, tries to flash it away, probably for 2 on the offside, strike rotation type of shot. Instead, hits it straight to backward point. But it certainly wasn't an attacking reckless shot, so I don't think we could put it in attacking. But unfortunately for him, he just finds the fielder. Ben Stokes has been blocking his ass off. He gets a short ball here, thinks he can get it over the top. Unfortunately, doesn't get anything on it and gets it out to deep mid-wicket. Certainly an attacking shot, but not a wrong shot. It was just a short ball that he thought he could get away, and you can just see the bat turns in his hands a little bit there, and he finds the fielder. These things happen. David Willey misses one down the leg side from Tikshana here. Kusal Mendes takes a look up, notices Adil Rashid not in his crease, throws the ball at the other end, and runs him out. Certainly goes for our run-out thing, but as far as execution goes, not ideal. And they're 9 wickets down now, so this is trash. It's fine. Mark Wood comes down the wicket, put this in the trash file. He did absolutely nothing wrong here. I think all things considered, there was a lot of attacking shots there, but there was also a lot of strike rotation that went wrong. They haven't been particularly good at defending as well. And then in the last game, they added comedy runouts. It would be very hard to say, almost impossible, having watched all this, that England threw this World Cup away through attacking batting. They might have thrown this World Cup away by batting horribly and by executing shots just disastrously. I could also look at their bowling, but why would I want to do that to myself? England did not defend their World Cup title. They did not attack their World Cup title. In fact, if anything, they were stuck in some sort of batting purgatory all the way through this tournament.